Good wishes, dear students. The concept you will be learning in today's class is Zaitsev rule. It's a very interesting and an important concept. You can enjoy working out questions based on it, provided you are able to keep in mind the little key points that is given to you. Zaitsev rule follows elimination mechanism. What's the meaning of it? You have learnt it very clearly in the previous classes. In elimination mechanism, alcohol is converted into an alkene. When alcohol is converted into an alkene, if you get only one type of alkene, there comes no problem. But certain alcohols will provide mixtures of alkene, meaning more than one types of alkene. In such cases, there comes a question which alkene is more stable or which alkene to be considered as a major product. Easy concept is identify among the different types of alkene, the one that is highly substituted is considered to be more stable or a major product. So point number 1, alcohol is converted into an alkene following elimination mechanism. Point number 2, certain alcohol will give us mixtures of alkene. In that case, the alkene that is highly substituted is taken to be more stable or a major product. Then third point you need to remember here is at one particular step you need to identify what type of carbocation is present. It's nothing whether it's a primary carbocation or a secondary carbocation or a tertiary carbocation. You know that the word cation stands for positive charge. Carbocation, when you say the carbon with a positive charge. So when you say primary carbocation, carbon with a positive charge, if it is attached with only one group, it's called as a primary carbocation. On the other hand, secondary carbocation, when you say carbon with a positive charge, if it is attached with a two group, we call them as a secondary carbocation. Tertiary carbocation, when you say carbon with a positive charge, if it is attached with a three group, we call them as a tertiary carbocation. I hope you are able to understand. Primary means one group they are attached to. Secondary means two groups they are attached to. Tertiary, when you say three groups they are attached to, meaning carbon with a positive charge attached to three group or a two group or a one group. The last point you need to remember here is always in terms of stability, tertiary carbocation is more stable. Then comes the secondary carbocation. Then comes the primary carbocation. Now I'll be showing you the step. At one particular step, you need to identify what type of carbocation is formed there. If it happens to be the primary carbocation, it is the least stable. Immediately some type of shifting will go on there. It will try to convert it into a secondary or a tertiary carbocation. The reason to attain a stability. On the other hand, the product that you are finding at one particular step happens to be the secondary carbocation. More than secondary, tertiary is more stable. So immediately this particular one, certain types of rearrangement will take place. It will try to form a tertiary carbocation before forming the final alkene product here. So all you need to remember here is in terms of carbocation, tertiary is more stable. Before forming the alkene, this particular step you need to identify what type of carbocation is given. The purpose is to identify the stability concept there. Now these are the few points you need to remember. Let's directly move on to the question that is explained in the textbook. Then I will work out one more application question to teach you more clearly. Now 3,3 dimethyl butane 2-ol is taken. Butane word tells you 4 carbon should be there. 2-ol, when you say second carbon should get the hydroxyl group. So meaning when you number the carbon atom 1, 2, 3, 4, the functional group should get the lowest number. So second carbon has got an alcohol group. 3,3 dimethyl, when you say third carbon has got a 2-methyl substitution. You understand the nomenclature. Treating it with the H2SO4. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. Zaitsev rule, alcohol is treated with the H2SO4. As you know, it gets dissociated into H plus and HSO4 minus. You have seen it very clearly in the elimination mechanism. Oxygen has got a 2 lone pair of electron and it has got a negative charge. So what happens? Because of the negative charge in it, it will try to look for a positive ion. So shares the lone pair of electron with a hydrogen. Already you have a 1 OH bond. When this oxygen shares the electron with a hydrogen, one more OH bond will be formed. The same concept what you have learnt it in a elimination mechanism. The remaining part all as it is, it remains CH3. You've got a CH3 here. CH you've got, remember ma, already you've got one OH bond. One more OH you need to show here. So oxygen here bonded with a hydrogen and one more bond you are showing, and the remaining as it is CH3. So you had only one bond here. Because of sharing of electron, this oxygen here attains a positive charge. Now what did you do it in the elimination mechanism? The next step, water molecule is lost there. So when we lose water molecule, what's the final product here? The whole thing remains, only water molecule is lost. So you get a CH3, C, CH3, CH3, CH, water molecule is lost. So this carbon loses the electron. It attains a positive charge here. And this CH3 remains as it is. So only you need to show the removal of water molecule. As a result, formation of carbocation takes place. It's a very important step. In this step only, after the losing of water molecule, you need to identify the carbocation that is formed is a primary or a secondary or a tertiary. If it is tertiary, directly go for the final conversion of alkene group. Primary or a secondary, you need to take it to the next higher level to attain the stability. Now let's identify this carbocation is a primary or a secondary or a tertiary. If you look at it, the carbon with a positive charge is attached with the 2 group. Do not look at the side chain, okay? Only look at the main group it's attached to. On this side, it's attached with 1 carbon. On the other side, it's attached with the another carbon. So when a carbon with a positive charge attached with the 2 other group, what type of carbocation it is? The secondary carbocation. So this is secondary carbocation. When it is a secondary, what did I tell you? There is one more higher step possible. So it will try to convert it into a tertiary as a result to attain the stability. About this I will show you later. Right now let's proceed here. There are so many because we need to provide mixtures of alkenes, okay? The step, you got a CH3. Purposely I am writing the CH3 because this carbon, this carbocation, this carbon also can donate the hydrogen. From these groups also hydrogen can be donated. If suppose this carbon is donating the hydrogen, CH3 only, I am splitting it writing to show you the formation of an alkene. Formation of an alkene. CH2 and H I am writing. So if this carbon, if this hydrogen is bond is being moved there, so what happens? It loses an hydrogen and the new product formed will be CH3, C, CH3, CH3. You got a CH. This bond is being moved as a result of losing of electron. You get a double bond and CH2 you get. So one type of alkene is already being formed. So up to removal of water molecule, I am sure you understood very clearly. Afterwards also very easy. After the removal of water molecule, you get a carbocation formation. Identify, we are talking about a secondary carbocation. So this side it is attached with one group. On the other side is attached with the another group. If suppose on this side carbon, if it loses one hydrogen to form the formation of an alkene, what happens? CH3. I have written it in terms of CH2 and H. So the bond, as a result of losing of hydrogen, the bond moves in here. So you get a CH3, C, CH3, CH3 as it is, CH also as it is. The single bond becomes a double bond, you get a CH2. Now let's name the category here. So if you know 1, 2, 3 and 4, what will be the name of this particular product will be 4 carbons are there. So something to do with the butane. After the first carbon you've got a double bond. So it will be but2ene here. Third carbon has got a 2 substitutions. So the name will be 3,3 dimethyl but2ene. Okay, this is one type of alkene we have got. So this is secondary carbocation you found out. If suppose the carbon attached on this side is sharing the hydrogen bond here, so what will be the formation? Now, as I told you, secondary compared to tertiary, it's not highly stable. So it will try to convert itself into a tertiary carbocation. Let's see how does it get shifted into. So there's something called methyl shift takes place here. When you methyl shift, what happens? Just watch what I'm going to do here. This carbon has got a 2 because this is attains a positive carbon with a positive charge. There are 2 substitution you can see here. Whether 1 substitution or a 2 substitution. Secondary means you have to convert it into a tertiary. Only then formation of a further alkene you can show here. Imagine either this CH3 or this CH3, anything can be shared. If this one is sharing the group with this CH, now this plus charge will come here. Am I making my points clear? One methyl group is shifted to the carbocation with a positive charge. When the methyl group is shifted here, positive charge will come to this carbon here. So that is called as a methyl shift. The purpose is to convert secondary carbocation into a tertiary carbocation. Let's write the structure. You will understand how this is converted into CH3. I've got a 1 group is gone here. I get a CH3 here. Positive charges come to this group. So I can write a positive charge here. See, I've got a CH here. This CH3 is gone to this group here. I get a CH3. And now we are not showing about the CH2, okay? Because this one we already showed the product. Now you consider to be the whole one as it is here. CH3 here. Now if you look at it, this carbon attached with the 3 group. What type of carbocation it is? Tertiary carbocation. I hope I'm making my points clear to the students. Secondary carbocation you identified. It is attached to 2 group. If suppose this carbon is losing 1 hydrogen, the formation of an alkene you have shown. The other side when you come, because there are so many groups here, you need to convert the secondary into a tertiary carbocation to attain a stability. How will you convert it? Sharing of methyl group takes place. It's nothing. 1 methyl group goes to the carbon with a positive charge. As a result, positive charge comes to the carbon which is sharing the methyl group here. So finally you get a tertiary carbocation. Now here there are 2 possibilities for you to get the answer. So if you look at it, now this carbon, these 2 groups can donate, CH3 it is, these 2 groups, any one can donate the electron, losing of electron, alkene bond can be formed. Whether this carbon is losing 1 hydrogen or whether this carbon is losing 1 hydrogen, same product only you will get, you can work out and see. So first I am considering, if suppose CH2 I am writing it, CH2 and H I am writing. If this hydrogen is lost, this bond will be falling in here. So we will write what will be the product. So remember, 2 hydrogens also similar group attached with the same carbon. If any one of the carbon loses an hydrogen, both will give you the same product. So I am considering only one. CH3 I am writing it in case of in this manner, CH2 and H, so that you know that 1 hydrogen is lost and bond moves in here. The formula product you will get is CH2. Double single bond becomes a double bond because this hydrogen is lost. The bond moves in here. The CH3 is as it is here. You get a CH, CH3 and a CH3 here. Is the concept clear for you all? Now let's write down the name for it here. So you should get the lower number 1, 2, 3, 4. So which carbon we've got here? 4 carbons are there. So something to do with the butane. Now after the first carbon, double bond is there. So we will go for 2,3 dimethyl. Second carbon also has got a substitution. Third carbon also has got a substitution. 2, 3 dimethyl. After which carbon we've got a double bond? First carbon. 4 carbons are there. So butane 1-ene. Am I correct in naming it? Here you've got 3, 3 dimethyl but2-ene. In this case, you got 2, 3 dimethyl butane 1-ene. You can either write but 1-ene or butane 1-ene. It's one and the same thing. So this is one possibility. Now look at it. On the other hand, if you have, instead of these carbons losing their hydrogen, if suppose this carbon is losing the hydrogen to form a bond, what will be the one more possibility of product? I'm writing it here. This carbon will have the methyl group as it is. That is carbon with the CH3. Carbon with the CH3 will remain. This hydrogen is lost, as a result bond will be falling in. You will get a double bond. See, because hydrogen is lost there, you get a CH3 group that is given here and a CH3 group. Am I making my points clear? So if you look at it, let's go for naming in the thing. So you get a first carbon, second carbon, third carbon and fourth carbon. What will be the name here? We got second carbon also substitution, third carbon also substitution. So you get 2, 3 dimethyl. After the second carbon is the alkene bond. So you get but2-ene. So in this case 3, 3 dimethyl but2-ene. In this case 2, 3 dimethyl butane 1-ene. Whether you write but 1-ene or butane 1-ene, it's the same thing. And in this case you get 2, 3 dimethyl but2-ene. Now you need to identify which among them is highly substituted. For that I would like to show you separately the step. If you consider, you need to identify the number of alkyl groups. Okay, let me start with this one. Let's name this as a first one and this as the second one and this one as a third step here. In case of first one, the structure is CH3, C, CH3, CH3, CH, double bond CH2 you've got. If you remember the cis-trans isomers way of writing, that concept will help you to understand better. I've got a C double bond C. This carbon is attached with the 2 hydrogen. Okay, this carbon is attached one side with the hydrogen, on the other side with the group, that is C, CH3, 3 times it is attached with. So how many alkyl groups? You can write cis and trans, any formula, any format you can write down. All you need to identify is number of alkyl group. Hydrogen is not an alkyl group. Hydrogen is not an alkyl group. Neither this hydrogen is an alkyl group. So only one alkyl group is present in terms of the first one. Now let's move in to check in this case how many alkyl groups are there. So the product is CH2 double bond C, CH3. You've got a CH, CH3 and CH3 you've got here. This is the product I'm rewriting. Write it in this manner. Carbon, double bond carbon. On one side with a hydrogen and on another side also. So carbon is attached with a 2 hydrogen. On the other side you've got a attached with the CH3 one group, and further you've got a CH and CH3 twice, because this carbon has got a 2 CH3 groups here. That's what I have written. Identify how many alkyl groups are there. These two are definitely not an alkyl group. One alkyl group, the whole thing to be taken as another alkyl group. So 2 alkyl groups you've got here. So second one gives you 2 alkyl group. And let's go move in for the third one. So the third one you've got a C double bond C. This carbon has got a 2 CH3 group. This carbon has got a 2 CH3 group. CH3, CH3, CH3 and a CH3. Count how many alkyl groups are there. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 alkyl groups are there. So out of the 3, what was the conclusion for us? The highly substituted alkene is the most stable. Here you've got only 2 alkyl group. only 2 alkyl group. In this case only 1 alkyl group you've got. Here you've got a 4 alkyl group. Hence it is the major product. I hope the concept is clear to you all. Enjoy.